All right. Welcome, audience, friends, newcomers, to another episode of the Splash Brothers Luncheon. We are at episode 41. As always, your boy Hurricane, joined today by two very special guests. I think Kurt, were you on the no, Kurt was here a couple episodes ago,
Yeah.
and then Feeny ain't been on in a minute. I know you were supposed to come on for the DreamCon one, but schedule just didn't catch up. But yeah, appreciate y'all joining us.
Yes, sir. You already know.
Whole lot of shit been going on in this week.
Yes, sir. I got a quick question. Why is it so damn dark, man? It's so damn dark so early, man.
You 36, Curtis. It's been
It's
going
midnight,
on.
yo. It's midnight, man. It's
You're used to now, but it is, yeah. It always like, yeah, it like comes on all at once. Like, yo, it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 5:08 and the sun is down, but I like this shit. I like waking up when the sun's up. Like,
yeah, that's okay. I do like that. I don't like going to work when it's dark. Yeah, and then I do like the winter as opposed to the summer. So
Are you serious?
I can dress in the winter, man. Summer, I'm just wearing fucking shorts all the time.
You get to show the legs, man. You got it.
Yeah, but I that's not dressing to me. That's I'm trying to. I mean, I stay comfortable regardless, but yeah, summer is just nothing but fucking cotton tee. Used to be a wife beater. It's funny, like when I look back at old pictures, I was like, yeah, I just fucking dressed like T.I. all the time. It was just like for real, just like a wife beater and like some like jeans that were too big. So let me see. What we want to get into? What's up? What is that?
I think it might have been an echo, but no, I was just thinking, it's like, wow. So you got the picture of you with the shoulder pads and the club and everything like that.
No.
Man.
No.
I was gonna find that picture. Look, listen, if you got a picture of being in a Halloween outfit,
bro, what the
full pads and jeans on, yo,
with the eye black, with the headband.
Like, wasn't he like? Didn't he say he was? It wasn't just for Halloween. There was like a certain message he was trying to get across. Or some shit. So like,
I don't know what kind of message it was. Look, you mind if I wall out?
The message is stay ready.
Yeah. You walk into a spot and dude is fucking look like he about to go play. I'm like, I'm looking around like, what the what
that man getting ready for? He getting ready for the Oklahoma drill.
Yeah. But nah, like I really wanted to have y'all on to talk Insecure. You know, I caught up. Yeah, I know. I caught up. Was it yesterday? Because like I hadn't watched this season, so I like binged those 3 episodes. Only 3, right? I didn't. Yeah. So yeah, man. Where you guys want to go? What I will say real quick off the bat before we delve into this bloody civil war that's affecting our culture on a weekly basis. I just want to say, what's her name? I know in real life it's Yvonne Orji. Molly. I like her. I like her new haircut. I do like her new haircut. I was like, yeah, you look good. You look good. Like, not everybody pull off like the short hair or almost no hair look, but she looks good. She looks fast. So
look, the outfit she be wearing look like you about to run 100, man. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like people like that. You better be fast because you got the look down.
Yeah.
So
you got the cool haircut.
Yeah.
With the lines, you got the little part and everything. I was like, right,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See you.
That's what I'm saying. But all right, since motherfuckers twiddling your thumbs, I'll jump in. What I'll say first is one thing I didn't like, because I guess like the first 2 episodes was cool. I mean, it was fine. The whole, I mean, whatever. I was like, I ain't picking up nobody. If I pick you up from the airport and you break up with me, you give me gas money at least. That was like my first. I feel like I kind of knew what was going on before watching the episode, but then seeing it, I was like, okay. It seemed like he already knew kind of what it was, and he was just like being nice. So I was like, whatever. I have my own. There's only a couple characters I don't really have anything negative to say, and that's fucking I'm horrible with names. Fucking Kelly. Kelly is one, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's three. Kelly, is his name Derek? Lawrence's friend?
Yeah, light skin dude. Yeah.
I love that dude, man. Like they need to just have a spinoff with Kelly and Derek. And then of course my baby girl Tasha. I don't have nothing. She's good in my book.
I still follow her on Instagram. It's an important follow.
I gotta watch my words, but yes.
Right.
I gotta watch my words.
Respectfully.
Yes.
Look, I will make Perry's kid whenever. Just let me know.
Yeah. Hey man. Yeah, you gotta you're not you're the father that stepped up, Feeny.
I'm gonna get me the tea and everything, bro.
Yeah.
Taking all the pictures.
Taking all the pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because I don't really remember the second episode like that, but the third for sure. Like, okay. So like to start off, I'm sometimes what always throws me off about the show is like how old are these people? And I think they're supposed to be like, maybe mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? And so, I know age don't really mean anything, but I've always felt like the characters come off younger, like mid-20s, maybe like 25, around that. Because I'm just like, I remember I don't remember it word for word, but when like Lawrence was like when he was fighting with Condola, who's another person I don't really have an issue with, but we can, we can get to that. I only need to name three, but fucking when he's saying like basically I was like, this is don't turn into no Lena Waithe shit, because he was like basically like I'm a good dad and blah blah blah. And I was like, it was just like kind of like hella still like you too old to be talking like this, bro. So yeah,
that's the Instagram dad signature line,
right?
Like, mom starts hitting you with the facts, and they like, "Hey, you don't do this, you don't be doing that. The baby don't do like that." And you like, "No, I'm a good dad. I'm a good dad."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like according to who? Like, show me.
Yeah.
He's telling you all the shit you don't do. Disprove her. You can't just say I'm a good dad. That's not an answer.
It's like
I'm here, ain't I? Like,
I showed up.
Look at these pictures. Yeah, that's shit.
No, that shit is. It's like niggas be holding the bar at like, I'm here, and it's like
his name. Yeah,
right.
That's fair because niggas really don't be having dads. So that shit's fair. Like, hey, you be flying in every Friday, but like, the point got brought up to me like on a podcast called Insecurity. It's like the official recap podcast or whatever. Like HBO sponsors it and shit. Mm-hmm. And they were talking like because the third episode starts with like the baby being born,
right?
But we know there's a time lapse from like the end of last season when he found out she was pregnant to now, and he moved to San Francisco since then. Right. And I didn't even think of like you knew Shorty was pregnant and you moved. I don't know how far San Fran from LA is, but I know it's a flight.
Right.
At least an hour, 2 hour flight. So you moved away knowing that Shorty was pregnant.
Right. Okay. But let me ask you this. Because it took me a minute to like. It was during the episode I realized. I was like, yeah, that's right. He did move. But does it mean anything to you that he already got the job like before she told him? Then when she told him, she was like, basically, you don't have to do anything. I'm not asking you to do it. Like I'm not saying like, because personally, like if I get somebody pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Even if we're not together, we don't plan on being together. Like it's still my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so. Right. It's not going to be we're going to have to co-parent at the very least. But if I'm just saying like if he's like, I was already doing something else, and you're like, yeah, I'm cool with you doing something else. And then he goes and does something. I guess I'm talking more to like the people calling him trash or whatever. Like I haven't seen too much. Thank God, I basically like reset Twitter, so I don't really see too much stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and I get the whole it's like he wanted to be there, but not really. And he was like only there like 5%, but he wanted like 50% of like the say and shit like that. But it's just like, I don't think so. Like, okay, let me, and I real quick, just remember when he came into the hospital room when she gave birth, and like her mom and her sister was looking at him. I'm like, why are you looking at him? Like, what did you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like a surrogate father. That was my impression at that point. Like, it's like, oh, there hasn't been any contact really. So, yeah. Shout out Keke Palmer.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Keke Palmer. Shout out to the character actors.
Yeah.
First and foremost, like on that show, because it's like we say a lot about like, oh, Issa, Lawrence, Molly, and all them, but it's like the character actors that kind of carry the show and make it real.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but
right up.
Nah, I think like the way he. All right, so the two things that like gave me like red flags is one, the way he came into the hospital room, like they was like, oh, you're here, like cool, I'm glad you showed up. Because like that made me feel like she's been pregnant for 9 months. I don't feel like you've been around like for the doctor's appointments and like it don't seem like her reaction and their reaction don't seem like you've been super engaged throughout the pregnancy. But we don't know that. That's trying to read the room. Mm-hmm. They don't show that or not. And then the other thing was like what got me, because I didn't call him trash, but I was like, damn, I was really trying to be on Lawrence's side. Like, hey man, good dads, we need black fathers. Until they showed that side by side scene,
right.
Where it was like,
whoo, that was a scene right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's been my issue with Lawrence. Is like my biggest issue with him is just he comes off one like sort of like a bitch the whole show, but then also like dumb. Because I'm like, it's one thing if you're like, no, I'm not gonna be a dad. I know I'm not doing anything, but it's like he feels like, no, I'm really doing this. You see this? You see me building a crib. This nigga probably gonna be too big to fit in when he come and see me. But you see me building this crib, and I got a job.
I'm out here. I come here every Friday.
Yeah, I don't put my head like.
I'm the father that stepped in.
Right.
No man. But,
right. Don't you see me? Hey, bro, what's up, man?
Come on now. Nah,
man.
I low key like thinking about it just as like being young or whatever. Like you look at all the stuff you thought you were responsible with when you were like 23, 21.
Right.
And it's just like, bro, like you might do like the bare minimum, but where is that next step?
Right.
As far as like, hey, are you actually engaging with the child? Are you actually engaging with like your baby mother's family and everything like that? Are you like active? It was like one scene where like he didn't know like what the child was like allergic to or anything like that.
Right. He was just like, oh no, that's was okay. Like I said, I'm not defending Lawrence. I'm just trying to I'm just asking questions. So let me say that. But yeah, that was another like, nigga, you just took your kid who's not even eating solids yet. You didn't know that. You just were like, you just went over to the table and he grabbed, oh yeah, well, it's edible. Yeah, nigga, eat it. And then he was like, bro, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they make him super dumb. It's almost like they've been trying since season 1 to like throw in little things to like, hey, you know what? Issa, actually, she probably should have cheated on this nigga. Like, because at the beginning you were like, fuck Issa, but it's like, yeah.
Like, damn, this nigga really. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back to season 1 when Tasha was like you think you worse than a fuck nigga? Like, you think you're a good dude? You're a fuck nigga who thinks he's a good dude? He's doing that with parenting right now. Like, he's like, you're a bad dad who thinks he's a good dad. That's even worse than just being like a deadbeat or some shit. Like, you think you're doing what you're supposed to do, but you really ain't shit. And like,
go ahead.
Because it reminds me, there's like a now this is where like the Twitter war comes into Insecure, where like people start projecting and making that shit about real life.
Right.
There's a Twitter thread. It wasn't about Insecure. It just happened like last year because you know niggas love the child support debate. That's Twitter's favorite argument because everybody got kids and nobody raised their kids on Twitter.
Right.
But a girl I follow, she made a thread and she was like, if you can't answer all these questions about your kid, you're not a full-time.
I remember that.
You should be paying.
Yeah.
And niggas was hot because they was like, what's their primary physician's name and phone number and the address for the doctor's office. What are their allergies? What's their teacher's name? Who's the primary babysitter? Like, it was like hella questions that I was like, damn, I didn't even thought about that. Like, you gotta know all that shit about your kid.
Yeah,
you gotta know
that women like or mothers, good mothers are like, oh, rattle it off. Yeah. I remember that.
Niggas was like, what I gotta know their social security number for? And it's like, how do you not know it? Like,
yo,
my mom,
it's your kin. That's your seed.
Yeah.
Nah, and my mom still knows my allergies and shit, and my my social security number. She could tell you my primary care physician from like first you ask her. And that's Lawrence. Lawrence is like what's the baby's allergies? Lawrence is like, shit, why I gotta know that? Like
nigga, like I'm entrusting you with this child for
what
was it, like a week or whatever?
What do you mean you're not cool with me taking a 3-month-old overnight?
Bro, what?
I told you I'm gonna be there. What are you talking?
Look, sleep, food, eat, bird. No, I got it. No, bro. It's like, and like you. I think that's probably like the other good thing about like the show. Like that I found interesting is like he's like unpeeling the layers, and it's like you just said, like we found out okay he's a good dude, but he's a fuck nigga. We found out dude is he's like just trying to like half-ass his way to parenting and whatever. But it's like it's a lot of people that like are book smart. And like some people might be even street smart, but it like when it comes to like nurture and nature, it's like you're terrible with it.
Right. Yeah, like there's like you can it's almost like some people are like I'm a good parent if I have a job and I send money. You know what I'm saying? My child, look at him. He got nice clothes on. He ate today. I'm good. Like, what do you mean I'm a bad? It's like, bro, like there's so much. There's so much more to it. Or I'm a good dad because I checked in and found out that he or she is okay. Like, yeah, okay, I'm doing all right. They ain't broken nothing. They ain't in jail. That's like, yeah, I'll see them when they get to the league. What we talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Bare minimum. Yeah. You looking at your kid like you look at your retirement plan, bro. It's just like, all right,
yeah.
Money's in it.
I should check on it every couple months, see how it's progressing.
It grows a little bit.
Hey, wasn't that insurance rate supposed to hit in September? Yeah.
This season, like in that episode, this is the first time because I've been trying to be like Team Lawrence this whole time. I hated Condola last season. Like I was really like, she fucking up the vision, man. Issa Lawrence to getting back together. She fucking it up. And the episode, I was like, damn, Lawrence, you done fucked up the whole game plan. I had drafts I had to delete.
Right, bro. Yeah, Lawrence is wild, bro. But he's not wild like Derek. I like Derek. Like Derek is like in it. Lawrence is like, and I hate. Every fucking episode he does that little sad like boy band like I'm sensitive face like every time like he has like his mouth is half open and he's like when he realized like oh I really ain't shit it's like I'm like nigga it's like
the dumb obvious like oh
yeah
really real dumb but it's like I'm being real it's like Weebay. You remember the Weebay gift? It's just like
right.
Yeah. Now when Derek had to pull that nigga and be like, "Hey, let's go move some boxes." Yeah, there ain't no boxes. Yeah. But the fact this nigga said where the boxes at, like, are you dumb? You almost knocked over the gift table arguing with your baby mom at my kid's birthday, nigga. No,
you're shaking. That's what I'm saying. So fuck Lawrence. Let me say that because the more I'm talking about it.
Yeah, Lawrence is not a good guy.
No, it's not like, bro. That ain't a loaf of bread, bro. You don't even do that.
That's not a football.
What are you doing? Niggas about to tuck and run like fucking Barry Sanders or some shit. Like, what are you doing?
That ain't no loaf of bread. It's crazy.
Bro, like, yeah. Come on, man.
Like,
Come
man,
on.
that joint was wild, man. He was like, he had the audacity to be like, yeah, I can take care of the kid for a week.
Yeah.
3 months old. Like, what?
He'll be old enough
man.
by that. Like, yeah. Yeah. Look.
We will get to the bottom of this right here.
You know what?
Right now.
That's a perfect segue. We need you know who can help us figure out whose computer's fucking up? I didn't get my boy's name, but the young king that came across the timeline this morning, I'm calling him Ultron. It's like 12-year-old black kid. I'm gonna make sure I put the link to the TikTok in the description. But basically, he had hacked into his school's security and was fucking turning the internet off and on. So they were like, "This is last year during the pandemic. He was doing this, to get out of class." And they were like, they were taking a week because like when the computers were down, they just shut down the whole school because it was remote. And they found out. I was worried because like the way that video ended, they were like, she showed up because there was a bunch of cops and shit.
Right.
They're trying to get my boy on RICO charges. Fucking like 4 agents and
this 10-year-old's a terrorist, man. We still fighting the war on terror, whether you like it or not, man. Look, we are out here for the fight of our lives. This man messing with a high-tech security school system.
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of a little bit too. You remember? I mean, fuck this guy, but the movie was cool. The Social Network. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah.
You remember when Zuckerberg had like hacked the system, and then they brought him in and all this shit, and he was like, you know, it took you guys like a day to figure this out, but if you would have known what you were looking for, blah blah. It's like, yeah, the kid's like, yeah, I was just, I was in the back corner. I just switch on, switch off. What are you talking about? Like, yeah, you better be glad he didn't do worse. You know what I'm saying? But it had a happy ending. He's probably gonna get a scholarship off it now this TikTok.
Thanks.
But he didn't do any jail time. Yeah, shout out to him. Fucking.
No, these schools are like all I'm a teacher in my school district. It's all like paperless. So like all the kids got Chromebooks and shit. And these kids are like way smarter about even like. And I teach alternative schools, so I don't have the smartest kids. I ain't got fucking tech savvy Elijahs in my class. Right. I got niggas who struggle to read. Like I got niggas who read with their fingers. But like the kids in my school, they know how to use VPNs and shit. Shit that like I didn't learn about until I was like an adult. Mm-hmm. They all use it. They be stealing movies on the school Wi-Fi because they all know how to use VPNs, and the school district has no idea how to stop them. Other teachers are like, VIP? Is that what they use in the VIP? And I'm like, just let it go, man.
Yeah.
The school district catch these kids breaking shit on the school Wi-Fi and like in the computers if they wanted to. Mm-hmm. They got one campus who's an IT person who knows what they're doing, and really they're to help older teachers fix their Gmail account. Right. Like,
yeah.
No, I remember them IT dudes at the school, man. They were just, they were stressed out. You talk about like a group of people that were stressed out. Them IT folks, man. Shout out to them, man, because they come in there with their khakis and their polo. They doing the best they can. Salute to them. Salute.
Shit, man. I was just thinking too, like, I got in trouble in school a little bit in elementary. I'm just trying to think what the world would have happened to me because he was 12. I mean, his mom seemed cool. You know what I'm saying? He was he looked healthy in the video because he was in the second video when they were like explaining what happened. But man, I would have, back in our days, you didn't have to treat children as kindly. I don't know, but if that was my kid, he's Huey. He's fucking Huey. He's fucking Ultron. But yeah, I'm trying to think too, like what my reaction would have been, beyond pride, But yeah, shout out. I got to get his name. What were you talking, Kurt?
No, I was going back to the boy genius, like
right. Okay.
Talking about just like, oh, you ever like got caught doing something like, oh, selling candy or like burning CDs and giving it to folks or whatever. It would be like one of those things where like your mom or dad or whoever came in, they were like sounded real angry and real upset with you. But like once you got to the car, like, hey man, hey hey, I don't want you doing that. I don't want you doing that shit no more. But look, we gonna develop that. It was like one of those things where it's like you could have got scolded for it, but you got rewarded for it.
Right.
And it was probably like more work. So like you might have had to like learn how to engineer or whatever. Like your parents bought you like a beat maker or whatever for Christmas, or like they had you work with at the corner store or whatever. But it was like, I don't know, it's one of those things that's like, oh, this is like good parenting, I think.
Yeah, it's actually, it's like what you did was wrong, but it's just like you gotta read like a fucking I be talking, I mean it's a joke, but I be talking to my girl about our little one, and how like I'll compare her to Snoop sometimes from from The Wire.
Yeah.
And I was just like, look, it's all about energy. You can have that Snoop in. I was like, what if Snoop was she was really active in the community? You know what I'm saying? She put all of that drive and focus and ferocity into something positive. I was like, it's all energy. What if Michael Jordan didn't have basketball and decided to be a serial killer? You know what I'm saying? Like, aren't we happy that, so it's all about directing that energy. So yeah. Shout out to him. But that's fucking nuts. Hold up real quick. Fucking Travis Scott. I had Travis Scott down. You guys think he's gonna get canceled? What do you, if you had to place a bet, what do you think is gonna, how do you think this is gonna play out after he gets sued out his ass?
Shit. Hey, first and foremost, RIP to the victims.
Straight up, yeah.
RIP to the families and everything like that before we get into that topic there.
Right.
Yeah.
If I had to put money on it, I think, because I was talking to my students about this, because a lot of, obviously a lot of this high school, a lot of them fuck with Travis Scott. His whole brand is like a rager and I'm a rock star and all that type of shit. Like, I think he's not going to get canceled by his fans. Like, people still finna fuck with the music, like the people who really fuck with him. But I think he's going to lose hella money, because like the streaming, you don't get no bread off streaming. Right. The money is in the sponsorships, the concerts. Ain't nobody finna let him do a concert no more.
The insurance will be hella high. Yeah, right.
The insurance rate's gonna be crazy. McDonald's, that whole McDonald's, Cactus Jackson, that shit's done, bro. Ain't no restaurant finna have your name on shit. You're the nigga who had 8 people die, including a child. Right. That bread is, he better be happy he with Kylie, because that bread finna dry up. He can still put out music and people still will fuck with it, but like it's gonna be hard for him to book venues. It's just gonna be hard for him that Nike collab, all that shit finna be dead for him. And I think that's where he's gonna get canceled by the niggas who not willing to risk his name more than like his fans.
That's what I'm saying. That's the actual cancellation. Like, you lose your fan. Yeah, you lose your fans and you lose your money. So I just remember, was that like Saturday or Sunday morning? I remember waking up to it, because I don't fucking sleep. So I was like 3 a.m. I was just on the timeline. I remember the first video I saw was just them bum rushing the security, and I was just like, this seems kind of dumb. And I was like, I'm not even gonna make the joke, but that's how I started off, because just the security was trucking, like like they were just picking random people and trucking them. But then the next, you keep scrolling and it's like, oh, motherfucker,
it got a lot worse.
Yeah, it sounded like bro, someone was saying, and this is just straight facts, like this was way more destructive than what happened January 6th. You know what I'm saying? And Travis, was doing the same thing that, he's gonna get in trouble for it, and Trump got off, but he was doing the same shit. He was firing them people up. And then I saw, that he's pled guilty to like 2 charges in the past that I don't think it was. I think it was either disorderly conduct or disturbing the peace that was related to him.
It was a thread that came like either that Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
That like went over like the energy, like you're just talking about energy.
Yeah.
Like it's all like, hey, how are you are perceived by like another group or whatever, and it's
Right.
like, hey, and like the energy you give off, sometimes you might go to somebody, hey, they have a calm demeanor, so I'm gonna be calm. Like he had that power for like a mass of people, and
Right.
that was nuts. But like it was like a thread of like either his negligence or like just like rudeness or whatever. And like it was like one where he was just like he encouraged somebody to jump from like a 3-story thing there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh yeah, I'll catch you. Like they'll just jump. I was like, yo, who
Yeah.
says that at their shows? Like, and like you go to like a lot of these artist shows, it's just like they'll stop a concert or they'll like be like, yo, like somebody get help for them or whatever. Like, you know, I've been to a variety of shows or whatever, and it's just like, yo, you have a lot of like artists from like a wide range of like different genres that will like have the decency to like say, hey, look, go ahead on and stop this.
Right.
This person needs help. And for him to just be like just standing over, like just looking over the joint, bro. I was just like, yo, humming.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, and it was just like the utter disregard. Because even like if you depending on what angle, whatever picture, video you're looking at, it does look like the visibility was low. But you know what was clear as day? Those fucking red and blue lights going. So you, even if you're just like, oh, you know, is everything good? Like, I mean, because I've been to a couple raves and I seen like people pass out and shit like that. But I never saw emergency having an issue like getting in and getting people out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing to you know, to just be like, hey, you know, is everything good? Ambulance, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it was just like he didn't. And then like I said, it was the angle, but it looked like he was like actually rapping to one of the bodies that was getting carried out. Like he was just staring at it like deadpan and just like like he was like looking and didn't say anything. So
yeah, there was a point like because I'm going to Day in Vegas this weekend, like out in Vegas going to a festival. He was supposed to be Saturday's headliner. Now I was skip his set regardless, and I'm gonna tell a story about why. But like he got pulled from that shit. But there was like videos because I was looking all day that Saturday morning, like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Like, is Day in Vegas gonna say some shit? Like, what's happening? And there was a point where some kids climbed up on the scaffolding that he was performing on. Right. And said, yo, you can hear them from the video, clear as day. Somebody's hurt, somebody's dead. Like, yo, stop the show. Because people get hurt, people pass out. That shit happens. Somebody's dead. Right. Some wild shit. And then he was like, y'all know what y'all came here for, and then hit the next song. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
dog.
Should I ever seen?
Yeah.
But like, the reason I was going to skip his set regardless this weekend was I went to Rolling Loud 2017, right? So there's two things that happened this weekend that make him look like a dumbass. First thing is Migos was supposed to perform on the main stage. Me and my boy were there. We were a couple people we met up with. And this was like 2017 Migos. This is like Migos coming off Versace, the Drake cosigns. Like this is Bad and Bougie. Like this is the peak of Migos. There was so many people at that stage that they went on the mic. They wouldn't even let Migos on the stage. And the organizers of Rolling Loud said, there's too many people here. Y'all are pushing people into the front gate. Right. Like people are getting hurt. Right. And we will not allow them to perform until some of y'all go to the other stage. So there was 2 stages, people performing over there. Some of y'all just have to miss the Migos. It's too many of y'all, and y'all are pushing your way forward. Now we had a spotlight towards the middle, but we weren't like in a crowd. We were kind of like in an area where we could stand still. And we were like, well, we'll just hang out, some people clear out. Right. They made us wait an hour of just standing still, people like doing games on stage and playing songs, waiting for people to leave, and people wouldn't. So what they did was they had the Migos go out the back to the other stage, and they switched the stages. Right. So then about half the crowd left, went to go see them, and we were like, look, we're already in the middle up here. We ain't gonna lose our spots where we're at. We'll just hang out because we'll be in the back if we leave. But the organizers of the festival forced a situation where nobody was finna get hurt for that Migos show. Right. And it's like, that's what your job is. And then that same weekend, Travis Scott was a Sunday night headliner. So, you know, it's the end of the festival, last performer, everybody's out there. We got put, I don't go to the front of the festival because like, what am I going to do when I'm looking straight up at you? It don't make sense. Right. I got taken to the front because the same shit where he was like, hey, everybody rush the front. That shit happened. And the crowd forward. And I didn't hear it. I don't have that one video from that performance. I didn't hear shit because I spent the whole time like braced because it was a ocean of people shoving the whole time.
Yes.
Like I saw like pick up a girl because like she's about to get stomped out. Like I'm shocked this shit hasn't happened before with Travis Scott. Because I having seen him at a festival 4 years ago, he incites energy, and folks, you know, especially teenagers and white kids and shit, they oblige. Like they're like, all right, cool, we're raging. And I really that shit was miserable. I spent an hour just like, fuck man, damn, get off me, like fuck, like pushing people off and trying to fight through the crowd and trying to get away from the crowd. I couldn't even leave. Like, you know, at a festival, folks opening up, you want to give up your spot. But it was just so much pandemonium. And I can't imagine that shit with 50,000 people. This is allowed like its first, second year. So it's not as big as it is now. And Astro World had 50,000 at one stage. And that type of shit happening, I'm like, I woke up and I saw that news and I was like, okay, that checks out. It's terrible. It's sad. Like I feel bad for the families, but having seen him at a festival, that shit checks out.
It was just bound to happen.
Yeah, no, and that same exact thing happened to me at Astro World, bro. And like everything that Feeny was saying, like, yo, you having like to grab little white girls out, you had to grab like these little kids, like it's all ages, bro. It was nuts, man. Like no, it was wild, man, just seeing dude. And like the craziest thing now is just like what is it? Crazy thing now is just seeing like him like making these wild moves, just like the apology, look him looking all sleepy and whatnot. And
like, bro, like like what are you doing? What are you...
And then it's just like you saw the joint with the Better Health, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for the 8 funerals, but like you can't.
By the way,
wink, like nah, bro, like you're a slime ball. That's disgusting. So like that's I don't know, man.
I mean, it's just kind of like I said. I mean, I definitely have enjoyed his music. He was always kind of funny to me because like sometimes like you could just tell like, nigga, these lyrics don't make any sense whatsoever. He's not the only one that does that though, but it was funny to me. But but I don't know, Feeny may not be back. That's all good. He had to leave soon anyways, but so yeah, just in case, shout out Feeny. We'll catch you next time.
Oh,
here we go. Oh, there he is.
Come on now.
What up, man? We was fucking
I just hopped on my phone because my computer's on it.
We're about to put some flowers over like no, but I was just saying, like with Travis Scott. With Travis Scott, like the other thing too, like I remember seeing that interview where he was like he didn't like his dad because he was always around. I thought I saw something that was like he like expounded on it. It was like his mom was the one who like provided, and the dad was just laying around the house. I wasn't able to find that article again today, so we'll just go off of what we saw. But it was basically he just came off sounding like a punk. Like basically he wanted his life to be harder, and he was upset that his dad was like trying to be in his life or whatever. So it was just like I never really like cared for him like that. Like I mean, I like some of his songs for sure. But so just kind of like coming out that he just seemed like just like a shitty human being, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing to like just like not care, just like, oh shit, and then well, let me get out of here. It's another thing to like, you know, there's proof that you were inciting it, you know what I'm saying? Like you were trying to fire people up and you wanted more, and this is like, what's wrong with you? Like, so yeah, man. I don't know. Speaking of fights, though, we'll get out of here soon. I know Feeny got to leave in a minute.
Yeah.
But I mean, are we all taking if it should happen to be Jokic? I guess it would be three. It was the 3 Jokic brothers against the Morris twins and Jimmy Butler. Are we all firmly team Jokic, or is there a rebuttal?
Nah, I'm team you. All right. So in public,
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Like, in public, it's like, nah, niggas always. Because we know, if you ever watch a boxing match or a UFC fight, all fighting sports, like it's always a race war. So
yeah, it's like prison. You better squad up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, niggas ride, but them yokes eat their ass, bro. That shit it's gonna be worse than any Wilder Fury fight. It's gonna be way worse for black.
It was so that's what I'm saying.
That's the Mayweather,
we've already been through enough.
That's the Mayweather fight, man. That's hey man, we with you, we with you, yeah, we the brothers.
Hey,
but
bro.
Then you realize, like, hey, that's almost like hedging your bet right there. Yeah.
The closest I ever got to that type of situation, because it does turn into a race thing like super quick. Because I remember one time, like I had this is like over 10 years ago, when I was still living in Raleigh, North Carolina, and UFC Anderson Silva. It was like Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen, like their second fight or whatever.
Right.
And Anderson, he beat him pretty quick. But I just remember, like, we went to a Buffalo Wild Wings, and so like they had the TVs on the outside, so we were just like chilling outside, and it's just like as the fight, like it was a quick fight, but it was still like, I was like, well, I know we're outside, and it's all this open air. I just feel there's a little bit of tension just looking around. Hey, like we were like it was like four of us, all black, and it was a nice little mix, but like UFC, like it's kind of it's like the 13% that we represent in the country, like it really I was looking around, I was like,
I
remember
I remember I went with my pops, like, to a UFC fight like that. He made that same comment, and he was like, yeah, I was out here like with Tyson, like Ali and all that stuff, when I seeing the same fights. He was like, damn, it felt like it was more brothers out here.
Wait a minute. Yeah, man. Yeah. I remember the only other thing, I went to a football game in Buffalo once because my brother lived up there, and it was like seven of us, 7 black dudes. The Cowboys were playing the Bills in Buffalo, and it was like we were and I was like, this is a long ass time ago, but fucking so it was just like a group of 6 niggas in a sea of white people, and we're all wearing Cowboys gear and shit like that. And we won it was a last second field goal. And I just remember like looking back, I was like, man, like it's a good thing we made it out there all right. Cause I was showing my ass, what I'm saying? Like we was all like, cause there was only a few of us. And then there was only a few Cowboys fans as well. So it was like, hey, let's get out of here.
Nah, you made me just think of the what was it? It's not The Watchmen. It was the show that came on afterwards with Jonathan Majors. What's the show?
Lovecraft,
where the first episode with in the sundown sound, it's just like, all right, you see anything weird about this area? And then just got up on out of there, man. Look.
Nah, see, we learned at an early age in my family that like fighting sports, like boxing in particular, we didn't really UFC growing up, but boxing, because I'm Puerto Rican and black, and both like that shit is like a source of pride. So like if it was a black dude fighting a Puerto Rican dude, or even a Latino dude, he could be Mexican. We claiming him. That's all. Latinos are a group right now. It's the only time we gonna rep for Mexicans and Dominicans and shit. But it was really on some like my grandpa and like my abuelo and my dad on some like. The whole time, I stared each other down, and one of us gonna be mad tonight, and the other one finna talk shit. Like it's just gonna be what it is. We not finna fight. We gonna get real close about this fight because like this some racial pride shit. Because if we can't do shit else, we can beat the fuck out of you. We beat the fuck out of you, like
right. Because that's the one thing. Yeah, fighting. It's like it takes away all the privilege. You can either fight or you can't.
Facts.
It pains me to side with the Jokics on this shit.
Yeah,
like it hurts. Like I want to take up for the niggas, but like they're from a war-torn country, bro. Like that shit is very real. They grew up in a civil war / post-civil war society. Like they blowing shit up over there. And niggas was like, well, Udonis Haslam, he from Miami, bro. They don't know about the Miami streets. And it was a tweet because some nigga was like,
yeah.
They know about the Miami streets. And somebody was like, they're from Serbia.
Right.
Period.
They don't have streets, nigga.
They're from Serbia. They're like, the worst part of Miami, that's the whole country for them. That's the whole neighborhood. The very word, the one street you don't go down, that's Serbia. That's the whole country.
You don't go there at night, bro. Yeah.
It's like that. It's like fucking Bane and Batman. Oh, you think the darkness is your friend? Like, nigga, I'm from the night. What are you talking about?
I was born with it, raised by it. All right.
That's the one good thing that Twitter does. Is like, it'd be like they'll put. I knew about the wars in the Balkans and shit, the civil wars, but like they put me onto some shit. Like they explained, like someone on Twitter was saying, like the end of the Civil War was NATO like just bombing like that whole area. So there was like a 2-year period of Jokic's childhood where there was no electricity. Not your mama didn't pay the light bill, no electricity. Damn shit was tough. Like there's no relief from this. Like we're just there ain't you're not turning the lights on, bro. Like that's not what we do.
It's fire.
Like that shit's great. Like I'm like, and that nigga's supposed to be scared of like no shade. I love Udonis Haslam, but that nigga's 41 years old. That nigga's supposed to be Udonis Haslam. You knew Jokic wasn't like when he didn't flinch when Jimmy was all that meet me by the bus yelling. Jokic was like, okay, nigga.
What? Yeah.
That'd be the scariest thing too. When you be seeing like a fight or whatever, you be in a fight and like you be doing all that yelling and whatnot, and then just like doing on this side, just like
what the 10 minutes when call me when it's ready.
Yeah.
Fucking that was fun. Yeah, that whole thing was precious. Yeah. So it was like they were like you don't know what streets Jimmy's from. Like actually we do know. And like
it's well done. Like,
yeah.
Jimmy Butler listens to country music and wears like cowboy boots sometimes, bro. Like he's not from Serbia. Yeah. And then the wild thing is like, because I say this about like niggas be like, you think LeBron can fight or whatever? I'm like, LeBron big as fuck. He'll beat my ass. He got a foot on me.
Yeah.
But like, do I think he could box somebody his size? My answer is always no, because I'm like, since he was like 11, because we all know, like, especially if you grew up around like poor niggas, like you pick the neighborhood picks out like, all right, that nigga finna be somebody. You gotta. LeBron hasn't fought nobody since he hit 6 foot. Because and I'm like he's too big to fight, but niggas was like, hey, nah, he gotta stay out of trouble, bro. We need to make sure because if he gets there, we all eat.
Right.
Did that with me growing up. Like I wasn't like an athlete, but I was like clearly going to college, and my cousins and all my siblings and shit were like, "Hey, anybody fucks with you, we fight. You don't fight. You don't get from school. Like you gotta go to college, nigga. You can't get expelled, no suspend, none of that shit." So a lot of these NBA players, especially nowadays, like I'm sure Jimmy Butler, even if he grew up in the hood, real hard, there was some niggas like, "Hey, you don't fight, bro. Like we keeping you out of trouble. You're not gonna have no Allen Iverson. You guys, fighting in a bowling alley stories. Like that shit ain't gonna happen."
Plus, like, he been rich for like 13 years. So he's been rich almost longer than he was poor. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you guys. I don't know. It was just. I just remember the scene because I didn't know Jokic had brothers or anything like that until was that last year's playoffs.
Yeah,
it was like, who are these big ass fat dude mother trying to get on the court? Like, oh, that's his brothers. Like
they wear Ed Hardy jeans.
Yeah.
Somebody was
niggas got on True Religions.
Somebody was pointing out their tattoos, like, and because like you see brother standing, so you see the back of his arms, and it was like, all right, what's that translate to? So somebody translated it, and it was It was like Nicola and the other brother's name. He had his brother's name tattooed on the back of his arms, and somebody was like, "Oh, that's not that tough." I was like, "No." Then someone else was like, "No, nigga, that's the most hood nigga tattoos. You just get somebody's face. He might as well have his own initials on the back. He might as well have his initials and family across his chest, nigga. Like, it was put a rosary on that shit. He got hood tattoos in Serbia.
Yeah, he's letting you know what he's willing to die about.
Right, like that's the most hood nigga tattoos. Like you put your mom's name on your chest, meanwhile you ain't shit. Like that's a hood nigga.
Right. Nah, right. And like it'd be crazy too, because like I think Jim Jam, shout out to Jim Jam, he put up one of the Jokic brothers' Instagram, and like it made me think about just like what you just said, like the realest dude in the hood, the realest nigga in the hood. They always have they always have like a tattoo. It's like a shitty tattoo, but it's like that's a badge of honor.
Mhm.
Or like they have like the worst social media presence. It's terrible. They be saying like the most ignorant ass shit, or like they'll their pictures blurry as hell.
Mm-hmm. Is that the Jokic? That's their
Yeah, that's his
Instagram?
brother. Yo, it was nuts.
Because who's gonna tell his brother, hey, bro, that picture wasn't that good? You tell him.
Like,
I said, shit.
hey,
That nigga plays with knives, bro. Hell no.
Thanks.
They on some Serbian mafia shit. Hell, I'm not telling him about his Instagram.
No.
That was funny too. I don't know if they've tweeted anymore, but just like that first tweet, it was like signed it. The Jokic, bro.
that shit like the Jay Prince picture.
Yeah, yes. Perfect.
God, hey,
bro. Yes, sir. Same claw.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm sure the Jokic brothers and Jay Prince would have a fucking great Friday night hanging out.
Yeah.
Hey,
just telling stories about scaring niggas. Like, yeah, one time I held this nigga over the balcony by his ankle. I let one hand show him I'm with the shit. Like, I'm sure they have a great just spinning yarns about being fucking threatening ass niggas.
Shit. Yeah, it's funny. I was the Kanye video. I didn't even write that one down. The whole you look like I was a troubled youth. I was one. I've had an older nigga stand next to me like that. The only thing missing was he wasn't holding Kanye by his collar. That's the only thing that was missing. Like shit.
Right. He had Kanye standing there like Kanye had just written down 1,000 times. I would not expect Drake no more.
That's how he was reading it too. Like,
wait, what did he say? What did he say at the end, bro? He was like, "That's right."
Yeah,
that sounded like to his dad. I was like, "Bro, you like 5 years older than Kanye, bro."
They was crying because he had the hat, and somebody was like, Jay Prince was like, "Put the fucking." See that fucking haircut.
Come up that fucking haircut too.
Yo, and it's crazy because Kanye got like, because he is bipolar and he said so. He don't take his medicine. He got manic ass energy all the time.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
One man just be like, "Hey, shut that shit down, nigga. Ain't no more man."
When have you not seen Kanye pacing or walking back and forth on what he's giving him city?
Wait, Feeny, like, let me ask you this. Is that you in the office school, bro, with the kids? You be coming into substitute teachers classes. Hey, what you on? I know your mama.
Oh, that's my whole teaching style. It's like, hey, I'll call your mom, bro. Like me and her talk. Like, because I've had kids that I call the kid's mom and talk to her. You know, you start talking not the way you talk to the kids, like, hey, how you doing? I'm Mr. So-and-so, bro. And then the next day he come in with his head down. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? He's like, my mama made me write 500 times. I would not talk to her in the class. I'm like, yeah. Like, you might be 16, but your mama runs shit, bro. Like,
right.
They Prince really had Kanye like, you're Kanye, but niggas.
Yeah.
I run shit down.
Listen, I know dirt on you, doggy. I know dirt.
It was like that Michael video. He's like, you know who I am. I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, but you know what? One of my boys pointed out. He's like, "Yo, where's Pusha T? Because I mean, Pusha T was the one who needed to apologize. What's going on? Where's
Man, look,
Drake hadn't? I mean,
I need friends like that.
Like
you catch the flag. You catch the flag. You catch the firestorm. I'm not gonna catch too much of the firestorm, even though it's my beef.
I feel like Pusha T and Jay Prince, because they're both like actual street niggas. Right. I feel like they had like an off camera, like, hey, let's talk, and shit is squashed because he ain't said shit in a while.
Right.
But Kanye running around like he popular. You know, this nigga on interviews talking crazy about people.
Yeah.
Like he had all types of niggas he was talking about during that interview for drink. So I'm sure Jay Prince was like, hey, Push, you can't control him, I'll control him.
Right.
All right, y'all, I gotta hop off. I'm very late for a meeting.
Okay. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Easy.
There was just he just brought up like two quick things that I want to get into. Let's see if I can remember the other one. First one is I need another rap beef. I was lobbying for Lil Nas X to go at the baby, but I don't think he's going to.
No, it's not gonna happen, bro. It's not.
It would be legendary though. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to ghost write. I'll help him out.
It's like
I've been waiting to say this shit now.
Right. It's like you see what's the joint? The rivalries where like a person is too like one person's like ending their career, another person's like beginning their career. Like, damn, that would have been a great rivalry. Like Kobe and Jordan, whatever.
Right.
That would have been a great rivalry. I love it. But it's like it's not that. It's Boosie stepped in that role. And I don't know if he's provided like a great foible, but it's just like I don't know, a great foil. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's not the beef we wanted, but it was given to us.
Yeah, it's not the one we asked for, but it's the one we needed right there.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like I want all wax. I don't want what I'm saying, nobody getting killed or anything. But fucking like that was fun, man. The push Drake shit was fun.
Yeah.
I was first thing I do in the morning was check Twitter just see if anything else had happened.
And then I was just like, that was a good one, man. And it felt personal, low key, because it's like it felt like you knew those people, man. Like yeah, especially if like Pusha T, if you from the South or whatever, it's like I know folks from VA or whatever, and he said that, but oh no, man, I stayed just up in Toronto, man. And it felt like I knew this. I had a vested interest.
He said that you are hiding a child. We take that seriously in VA. We don't do that. That was an ultimate insult. Yeah.
How dare you?
Fuck. But yeah, the only other thing I wanted to point out, and maybe we have to get into this on another episode. I'm still building my case. But let me just state it real quick. I am throwing another name into the GOAT conversation. It's not a new name, but it's been dismissed in the past. I got to throw Kobe in there in the GOAT, and this is why. I don't know if you saw that video a couple days ago. Halle Berry was looking at him like, what I'm saying? It was a hot summer day, and she needed a drink, and Kobe was that Fiji water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
I feel like that's worth at least 3 rings right there. So that push him up to 8. Okay, so you saying Kobe with 8 rings? You know what I'm saying? We can at least have that conversation. I feel like you give him 8 rings. He's at least better than LeBron.
Here you go with that bullshit. Here you go with that bullshit. No, I want to disagree with you. And be like, no, nigga, it's not true. It can't be true. But like, you look at other folks like Joe Namath. Joe Namath is terrible. He's a terrible quarterback, but like, he was cool as hell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You out here styling, man. Had the fur coat and everything, man.
Yep. Kobe ain't even look. You know what I'm saying? That's he real. So
I would bump him up. I'm a Kobe truther, so it's like you already know. But I would like bump him up 1 ring for be like from like 10th to 9th or whatever.
That's disrespect.
Out of respect.
Disrespect.
It's not disrespect. It's the truth.
I think
it's fine. It's fine. It is
okay, so who's the 8 you got ahead of him? If he's number 9,
I'm going.
We gonna get into this next episode. Your top 10.
No. I already got to explain myself enough to people. It's an everyday conversation.
No, I don't care about the GOAT. It's just he's my favorite. Just like my favorite running back is probably still Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
But he's not the best to me is probably like either Adrian Peterson or Barry Sanders or whatever. But yeah. Right. Kobe forever.
You got your fave. Yeah. Shout out to Kobe, man. Kobe forever. But no, everybody got their faves and everybody gonna fight for their faves. Like I
just feel like I got a good Kate, you know what I'm saying? Halle, that's that ain't no regular,
Yeah. That's generational, man. That's something you pass down.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Steph had that. He's at least better than Steph. Because Steph had that one. She was respectable, but nobody know who she was. Everyone know who Halle was on teach. Halle was, that's the other thing too. She was bold. Like even if you want to throw in you know, how Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, looked like, you know, looked like, I don't know, LeBron was covered in ketchup or some shit in that one video. But she didn't do an interview afterward and was like basically, you know, just like in case he didn't see me, we on telecast. You know who I'm here to see. You know what I'm saying? So to inspire, you know, that type of public declaration, you know what I'm saying, of feelings from someone. I'm just saying, you know, it's worth at least 3 rings. So
yeah, no, I would bump him up one overall. Like, not can't get too hype. No, you gotta. All right, you're appropriately placed. We'll bump you up one because you know you did it for the culture and all that.
Like I said, next time you come on here, I want your top 10, and we'll talk about it. If you got Larry Bird ahead of him now because of this, Tim Duncan, he didn't even get fresh till after he left the league.
Tim Duncan, my favorite. Like, just like you have your favorite. Look, man, he accepted the MVP award just like an uncle, man.
Yeah, a lame uncle.
Hey, he got the fucking barrel, the shirt you get from the barrel.
He dressed like Drake before Drake was famous. Damn near.
Yeah, that's pretty apt. Yeah. The long jeans, with the collar.
Yeah, man. Like he even had the fucking shit. I'm glad I wasn't an adult in that because the motherfucker had the shades and that big ass shirt at the top.
The V-shirt, yeah.
Come on, man.
Jesus, man.
Drizzy Drake. But yeah, what I don't know if you had anything else. Cash Fiend was supposed to be joining us, but he said he may not, you know, be able to make it. So maybe next time. But yeah.
Shout out to Cash Fiend. Shout out to Balin.
Yep.
We miss you.
Yep.
Pele, we miss you. Yep. Even though your Lions still let you down, man. We here for you at this time, man.
I was telling Pele I said Pele look at the Lions every week like what's the girl's name from Baby Boy? The way she looked at
Jody. Jody, yeah, like one day this ain't shit, man.
No, you know like that meme where she's like she's looking like, I don't even know how to describe the look, but I'll send it to you. That may have to be the cover photo of this.
Facts.
Apparently gonna get to the end and whoop my ass. All right. Appreciate it, man.